Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Bill Chan.
I'm Nimacum.
I'm Van Chan.
In this class, I'll read all of you a part of Ulysses,
S.
L.
Ulysses, James Joyce. 17 sec 9. Which volume was the largest in bulk? Hosier's History of the Russo-Turkish War. What, among other data, did the second volume of the work in question contain? The name of a decisive battle forgotten. Frequently remembered by a decisive officer. Major Brian Cooper Tweedy remembered. Oil. Firstly and secondly, did he not consult the work in question? Firstly, in order to exercise mnemotic. Secondly, because after an interval of amnesia. 1. Seated at the central table, about to consult the work in question. He remembered by mnemotic the name of the military engagement. Platna. What caused him consolation in his sitting posture? The candor, nudity, bold, tranquility, youth, race, text, cancel of a statue or act in the centre of the table. An image of Narcissus purchased by auction from P. And 9 Bachelor's Walk. What caused him irritation in his sitting posture? Inhibitory pressure of collar size 17 and waistcoat 5 buttons. 2 articles of clothing superfluous in the costume of mature males and inelastic to alterations. Of mass by expansion. How was the irritation allayed? He removed his collar, with contained black necktie and collapsible stud, from his neck to a position on the left of the table. He unbuttoned successively in reverse direction waistcoat, trousers, shirt and vest along the medial line of irregular encrespated black hairs extending in triangular convergence from the pelvic basin over the circumference of the abdomen and umbilicular fusculum. The medial line of nodes to the intersection of the 6 pectoral vertebrae. Thence produced both ways at right angles and terminating in circles described about 2 equidistant points, right and left, on the summits of the mammary prominences. He unbraced successively each of 6 minus 1 braced trouser buttons, arranged in pairs, of which 1 incomplete. What involuntary actions followed? He compressed between 2 fingers the flesh circumjacent to cicatrice in the left infracostal region below the diaphragm, resulting from a sting inflicted 2 weeks and 3 days previously. 23 May 1904 by a bee. He scratched him precisely with his right hand, though insensible of prurition. Various points and surfaces of his brightly exposed, wholly obliterated skin. He inserted his left hand into the left lower pocket of his waistcoat and extracted, and replaced a silver coin 1 shilling. Placed there presumably on the occasion 17 October 1903 of the intimates of Mrs. Emily. Thinico. Sydney Parade. Compiled the budget for 16 June 1904. D A D Commission wrecked. Did the process of divestiture continue? Sensible of a benignant persistent again his footsoles, he extended his foot to one side and observed the creases, protuberances and salient points caused by foot pressure in the course of walking repeatedly in several different directions and inclined. He dislodged the lace knots, unhooked and loosened the laces, took off each of his two boots for the second time, detached the partially moistened dried sock through the foot part of which the nail of his great toe had again effected, raised his right foot in, having unhooked a purple elastic sock suspender, took off his right sock, placed his uncle's right foot on the margin of the seat of his chair, picked at and gently lacerated the protruding part of the great toenail, raised the part lacerated to his nostrils and inhaled the odour of the quick, and, with satisfaction, threw away the lacerated and whole fragment. Why with satisfaction? Because the odour inhaled corresponded to other odours inhaled of other and whole fragments, picked and lacerated by Master Bloom, pupil of Mrs. Ellis's juvenile school, patiently each night in the act of brief affection and nocturnal prayer and ambitious meditation. In what ultimate ambition had all concurrent and consecutive ambitions now coalesced, not to inherit by right of primogeniture, Gaelic and Obro English, or possess in perpetuity an extensive demesne of a sufficient number of acres, roods and perches, statute land measure valuation for T2, of grazing turberry surrounding a burnell hall with gate lodge and carriage drive nor. On the other hand, a tourist house, a semi-detached villa, described as Rusinub or Quisi Sonner, but to purchase by private treaty in fee simple a thatched bungalow-shaped two-storey dwelling house of southerly aspect, surmounted by vein and lightning conductor, connected with the earth, with porch covered by parasitic plants, ivy or Virginia creeper, halder, olive greened, with smart carriage finish and neat two brasses, stucco front with gold tracery at eaves and gable, eyes in, if possible, upon a gentle eminence with agreeable prospect from balcony with stone player parapet over unoccupied, and unoccupable and adjacent pastures and standing in 5 or 6 acres of its own ground, at such a distance from the nearest public thoroughfare as to render its house lights visible, at night above and through a quickset hornbeam hedge of topiary cutting, situated at a given point not less than 1 statute mile from the periphery of the metropolis, within a time limit of not more than 15 minutes from tram or train line, e.g. Dindon, Thal, or Salem. Both localities equally reported by trial to resemble the terrestrial poles in being favourable climates for fiscal subjects. The premise is to be held under a fee from grant. Lease 999 years. The message to consist of 1 drawing room with bay window, 2 lancets. Thermometer affixed. 1 sitting room. 4 bedrooms. 7 rooms. Tiled kitchen with clothes range and scullery. Lounge hall fitted with linen wall presses. Fumed oak sexual bookcase containing the Encyclopedia Britannica and New Century Dictionary. Transverse obsolete medieval and oriental weapons. Dinner gong. Alabaster lamp. Bowl pendant. Falconet automatic telephone receiver with adjacent directory. Hant of Textminster carpet with cream ground and trellis border. Blue table with pillar and claw legs. Hearth with massive firebrasses and ornamental chronometer clock. Guarantee timekeeper with cathedral chime. Barometer with hygrographic chart. Comfortable lounge settees and corner fitments. Upholstered in ruby plush with good springing and sunk centre. 3-banner Japanese screen and cuspidous cup style. Rich wine lard leather. False renewable with a minimum of labour by use of linseed oil and vinegar and pyramidically prismatic central chandelier lustre. Wentwood perch with finger-tamed part expurgated language. Embossed mural paper per dozen with transverse swogs of carmine foil design and top crown frieze. Staircase. 3 continuous flights at successive right angles of varnished clear grained oak. Treads and rises. Null. Balusters and handrail. With step 2 panel dado. Dress with conforated wax bathroom. Hot and cold supply. Reclining and shower. Water closet on mezzanine provided with opaque single pane oblong window. Ticket seat. Bracket lamp. Brass gerard embrace. Armrests. Footstool and artistical graph on interface of door to door. Plain. Servants' apartments with separate sanitary and hygienic necessaries for cook. General and between made celery. Rising by biennial on earned increments of 2. With comprehensive fidelity insurance. Annual bonus when retiring allowance based on the 65 system after 30 years. Service. Entry. Buttery. Order. Refrigerator. Artifice. Coal and wood cellarage with wine bin still and sparkling vintages for distinguished guests. If entertained to dinner evening dress. Carbon monoxide gas supply throughout. What additional attractions might the grounds contain? As addenda. A tennis and 5 court. A shrubbery. A glass summerhouse with tropical palms. Equipped in the best botanical manner. A rockery with waiter spray. A beehive ranged on humane principles. Oval flower beds and rectangular grass splits set with eccentric ellipses of scarlet and chrome tulips. Lucullas. Crocuses. Pullianthes. Sweet William. Sweet pea. Lily of the Valley bulbs obtainable from Sir James W. Mackie Limited wholesale and retail seed and bulb merchants and nurserymen. Agents for chemical manures. 23 Sackville Street. Opera. An orchard. Kitchen garden and vinery. Protected against illegal trespassers by gassed-up mural enclosures. A lumbershed with padlock for various inventoried implements. Wool tarps. Bulb stupids. Fishing grots. Ashet. Steel yard. Grindstone. Club crusher. Swather turner. Carriage sack. Telescope ladder. Tent to rake. Washing clogs. Heated air. Tumbling raked. Willocked. Paint pot. Brush. Hoe and so on. What improvements might be subsequently introduced? A rabbitry and fullerin. A dovecote. A botanical conservatory. 2 hammocks ladies and gentlemen's. a sundial shaded and sheltered by laburnum or lilac trees. An exotically harmonically accorded Japanese tinkle gate bell affixed to left lateral gate post. A capacious waiter butt. A lawnmower with side delivery and grass box. A lawn sprinkler with hydraulic hose. What facilities of transit were desirable? One Citibon frequent connection by train or tram from their respective intermediate station or terminal. One Canterban Velocipeds. A chainless three-wheel roadster cycle with side basket car attached. Or draft conveyance. A donkey with wicker trap or smart phaeton with good working solid and gillic oberon gilding. 14 each. What might be the name of the surgical or erected residence? Bloom Cottage. St. Leopold's. Flowville. Bloom of Savinical Street 4C Bloom of Flowerville. In loose wool garments with Harris tweed gap. Pearl. And useful garden boots with elastic gussets and wood drinking. Planting aligned young fir trees. Seining. Pruning. Sticking. Sowing hayseed. Shrunding a weed lead and wheelbarrow without excessive fatigue is sunset amid the scent of Niman hay. Ameliorating the soil. Multiplying wisdom. Achieving longevity. What syllabus of intellectual pursuits was simultaneously possible? Snapshot photography. Comparative study of religions. Folklore relative to various amatory and superstitious practices. Contemplation of the celestial constellations. What lighter recreations? Outdoor gardening and fieldwork. Cycling on level macadamous causeways. A sense of moderately high hills. Natation in secluded freshwater and unmolested river boating in secure wherry or light curricle. With kitchen gram reaches free from wears and rapids period of estivation. Hospital perambulation or equestrian circumprocession with inspection of store landscape and contrasting the agreeable cottages' fires. A smoking peat toast period of hibernation. Indoor discussion in tepid security of unsolved historical and criminal problems, lecture of an expurgated exotic. Relic masterpieces has carpentry with toolbox containing hammer. Wall. Nails. Screws. Dentes. Inlet. Tweezers. Bullnose plane and tone screw. Might he become a gentleman farmer of field produce and livestock? Not impossibly. With 1 or 2 stripper cows. 1 pike of upland hay and requisite farming implements. E.g. an end-to-end churn, a turnip pulper, etc. What would be civic functions and social status among the county families unlended? Gentry. Arranged successively in ascending powers of hierarchical order. That of gardener, groundsman, cultivator, breeder, and at the zenith of his career, resident magistrate or justice of the peace with a family crest and coat of arms. An appropriate classical motto semper partus. Duly recorded in the court directory Bloom. Leopold P. L. B. P. 2. K. B. D. Honoris causa. Blueville. Tyndrum mentioned in court and fashionable intelligence Mr. and Mrs. Leopold Bloom have left Kingston for England. What course of action did he outline for himself in such capacity? A course that lay between undue clemency and excessive rigour, the dispensation in a heterogeneous society of arbitrary classes, insistently rearranged in terms of greater and lesser social inequality, of unbiased homogeneous indisputable justice, tempered with mitigants of the widest possible latitude but exertable to the utmost farthing with confiscation of estate, real and personal, to the crown, oil to the highest constituted power in the land, actuated by an innate love of rectitude. His aims would be the strict maintenance of public order, the repression of many abuses, though not of all simultaneously, every measure of reform or retrenchment being a preliminary solution to be contained by fusion in the final solution, the upholding of the lesser of the law common, statute and law merchant against all traverses and covering and trespassers acting in contravention of bylaws and regulations, all resuscitators by trespass and petty larceny of kindlings of envil rights, obsolete by destitute, all ardent instigators of international persecution, all perpetrators of international animosities, all menial molesters of domestic conviviality, all recalcitrant violators of domestic connubiality. Prove that he had loved rectitude from his earliest youth. To Master Pussyapjohn at high school in 1880 he had divulged his disbelief in the tenets of the Irish Protestant Church, to which his father Rudolph, or later Rudolph Bloom, had been converted from the Israelitic faith and communion in 1865 by the Society for Promoting Christianity among the Jews, subsequently abjured by him in favour of Roman Catholicism at the epoch of and with a view to his matrimony in 1888. To Daniel Migraine and Francis Wade in 1882 during a juvenile friendship terminated by the premature immigration of the former, he had advocated during nocturnal perambulations the political theory of colonialism, Canadian expansion, and the evolutionary theories of Charles Darwin, expounded in The Descent of Man and the Origin of Species. In 1885 he had publicly expressed his adherence to the collective and national economic programme advocated by James Finton Lalor, John Fisher Murray, John Mitchell, J. Ers. To be continued.